doesn't look right. That's super.
The engine is in my car.
Correct. Hopefully that's.
Yeah, hopefully that's the right.
This is nationally aspirated on this machine.
That's the 427?
Yeah. That's it, 427 or 402? Or 302?
Oh, 402 isn't supercharged?
No.
Oh, okay, I just saw it. Fuel injection system. That's just kind of small ahead.
Yeah, no, that's a 427. Yeah. Because the 302s are direct injected engine, you don't see the injectors. They're inside.
Can't get many pictures of the back of the engine when it's on the,
No.
it's in the car, so. All hand built, yeah. Right. And that, what size supercharger is that? 2.9? 2.9. I thought it was 2.7. Is it 2.9?
2.9.
The Z06 has a 1.7 and then the Z01 has a 2.4.
Liters.
Liters.
Size. Come on, man. Keep up.
How much is it?
So this was,
It's 18,000 liters is what we run.
is there as much trouble with lifting
No.
to cover off the 4.7? Oh, I have a question. If I wanted to order a 427, could I do that?
Yes.
Would it have a serial number on it that would match my car, or?
It would not, but it can. So what you would need to do is when you decide to order it, you need to let me know, and your dealer needs to let me know the order number, because if not, they'll build it and ship it. And we need to intercept it so we can stamp it. So you can see over here, like the headliners I was talking about, how they're just very thin compared to a production headliner. It allows us to be able to install the headliners. We can put a little flex to them. Our competitors actually cut the headliners and then they'll put a rib in it to conceal where they cut them.
Are we talking about the Cobra jets?
Yeah. But, you know, the operators will say this is one of the hardest operations to try to sink this in between the top of the car and the roll cage. And Mike Lawrence, who you met, really doesn't like a lot of scrap, so he's really unhappy if they put a crease in one and have to throw it away.
Curious, is Dodge doing, are they building any complete rolling cars? Or it used to be just a kit.
Well,
car.
no, they did their drag pack. They
drag pack.
They haven't done one in a while.
I haven't done it right, because I remember I was actually interested when they first come out in the COPO, to see if I could get a Dodge, even though I'm a GM guy. But they were $55,000, and the harness came in the trunk, and it came with, you know, trailer wheels on it, and you had to spend $10,000 to start it.
The whole Dodge program is weird. They aren't building a drag pack, but they're out campaigning with 3 drivers drag packs. So like the one at the NMCA race, he's the fastest stock eliminator yet. He ran a 7995. Yeah. But you look at it.
Is that a supercharger?
Yeah.
It's a supercharger.
But the engines are being built by Dodge Shoemaker Racing. They showed up at a race, and the Shoemaker Racing truck is unloading drag pack motors for them. So it's a they're not really racing for the racers. They're racing for the title, the glory of being the first one into the 7s, where
like the Demon that ran behind something, but no one's ever been able to.
right. I mean, we'd love to have been the first in the 7s, but I'd rather have 40 cars show up, and we win races, you know. So, all right, well, we'll head on down to the general assembly area.
All of this comes from
Oh, these are
all over the country that makes
Yep.
the part for you. Or
It's a combination of sets of.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm surprised that guy said he could see all kinds of stuff.
Nope, I'm sorry, we have another picture.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, go outside real quick.
You want it?
No.
Don't. We're at image stabilization.
That's where you detach it?
These two to burn out somewhere.
Whoa.
Can't move, please.
This one looks a little bit more,
This looks more like where they're the end production.
so this would typically be done at the other end, but they're full right now. They're just.
Will you hold this now?
Yeah.
I'm certain.
How do I know what I'm
It's
filming?
it's going.
The brand new body. This is
Can I
before.
see the screen?
Yeah, look, this is stage one. This has got the nipples on the console. That's how you can tell, right?
Well, that,
See,
look at
look,
that, it's also,
got-
it doesn't have the cuts up here in the front we talked about.
You know, this is stage one where they haven't cut
Nothing's
all
been
things
cut
out.
on the
Nothing's
car.
been cut out.
The only thing they've done to this car is took the fenders off, the trunk, and the doors.
It came with the fenders and trunk and
Yep.
doors on.
And they're actually stored right up there.
And they store them up on top.
Doesn't look like it's finished being taped yet.
So,
Oh yeah, way up there.
so then they put the tape on it and then it'll move back over to the other side.
They're just putting it in here right now because there's more room. So when the car comes back from the paint and moves into this first station, this car is just finished first station here.
Blake, you want to do this?
It's image stabilization. You can slow
Okay,
it
we
down.
were asking about the fuel cell.
Go ahead, Mom. You want to see the fuel cell?
So this has the 6-gallon fuel cell in it here.
So that's safe. It's not like a regular gas tank that it's harder to get busted open.
Now this car also, yeah, because this is a metal cage around it. You can see
Wow.
around there.
Oh yeah.
And so this has a racer's package in it. So this car has the weight box, and it'll also get the dual batteries. So the weight box here.
Yeah.
What you'll do is you'll go.
You provide the weights, so I got weights at home.
You'll get weights. What you probably want to do is put like a big sporting goods and buy. Okay. Well, no. Because you want to fill that box. It's not really weights. What you do is usually buy.
Matt, can you turn it off at all?
And you can put it in there.
Hey Blake, will you take a little video?
Okay, so the
Hold
trunk
this.
is on this car.
Hold that a second.
The roll cage, all the shiny spots.
See, this is with the axle install, the coilover shocks. They closed out all those panels that they cut out,
Oh yeah.
and so the slicks would fit in here. And they didn't look at the paint. I mean, it is really nice. This looks like, like factory
Right.
kind of thing.
Well, actually, like I said, it's better than factory. Factory is primer.
Oh yeah.
Oh wait, I must have said that in front of that.
Don't worry, we're not posting.
We're not posting anything.
So we painted the roll cage, all the shiny parts inside where we cut, and then the engine compartment. Now take a look. Look.
Remember, this was the body color.
Yes,
red
yes.
or
Wow, you
blue.
wouldn't even know
Remember
it was
where
there.
those cutouts? You
Yeah.
saw it
That's
before it was cut out. You saw it after. You saw it with the welds, and now that's the finish. And again, if I didn't tell you we did all of that, you would have thought I
You were- yeah, you
I
were-
told you I had to go back and look at.
That's amazing. And it
you know,
doesn't even
the
look
ri-
like you did that.
The original equipment cars to see the master cylinder.
But the other thing you're going to see with these cars, like a race shop, your brake lines, everything like that would be, and your fuel lines would all be flexible tubing. This is our brake lines. You can see they're CNC built for the car. Since we're building 69 of them, we can actually amortize the tooling over 69 cars and be able to make a really professional factory look instead of a race shop look. You can see the fuel lines are behind here.
The brake lines, it's all fabricated.
Pretty large diameter.
Yeah, that's your line lock there, right behind the wheel.
Oh, that's the line. This is the line lock.
It's right here.
Okay. Oh, up there.
That's your line lock.
Aluminum rotors in there?
I think front and rear. We changed to a floating hub now.
A floating hub on the back or
And front.
And front.
Yeah.
That was one of the differences you said between the 17
And the 18. Yep.
They both were floating hub.
Yeah.
There's the pedal assembly. I see that.
I think so. I think it's the one under the cover.
Yeah.
See the one that's covered? Because he said, remember you have a really good cover. He threw that in. 130 grand.
Excuse me. This is why I like to see the inner workings. Because I bond with my equipment, so I got to know the roots.
More than a child.
More than most people. Don't tell my kids.
So this car actually just had its engine installed this morning.
Wow.
The way we do it, we put an engine cradle on here, and we'll lift the engine and set it on. We put the engine, the transmission, the headers, the steering gear, and the radiator, and we slide it under the car and then lower the car onto it. So you can see more of that here.
Wow.
So
Like a car like here is going to be
I don't like to raise the cars when the operators aren't here.
No, that's
so
fine.
We'll look
Yeah,
at the other
that's
side
okay.
of this car over here in a little while.
This is fine. This is.
One of the things we'll do here, you'll see, like this is the production Camaro cross car beam. It's a little beefier than what we need, but the idea is we know that the instrument panel fits this car 100% of the time.
Right.
The operator has no installation issues. It goes in, it bolts in, the door closes to it. He's not going to have any fitment issues where he's going back and forth. That gets back to being able to build the car in 15 days. You don't
yeah.
have to try to do any fitment.
There's the CNR radiator. Yeah, see, look, they got the suspension on the bottom.
Cool?
Now, is that the stock Camaro, what do you call the front?
Cradle.
Cradle?
So you can see
Power
right here
rack
where
and
it's been
stuff.
cut, and we've added about 4 inches. Remember I told you we moved the engine back
Yeah.
4 inches? That's the move.
So this was moved back.
Yeah,
4
you
inches?
can see where they've taken a section out and added.
So if you move on a regular Camaro, if you move the engine 4 inches back,
No, because the car's made and developed and set up for a certain ratio. If you did
closer you
that,
get it to the midline.
right, but
the
if you
better
did that, you'd have to start over with, caster camber, the rear suspension settings, fuel or air pressures, all of that. I mean, it could be done. You just be starting over. I mean, we spend thousands of hours on the track with the Camaro, getting it set up with, with the way it's set up now. You just have to start over.
Oh, I do have a question. Do you know the guy who did the Nuremberg with the Camaro?
I can't remember.
engineer?
Was it Jim Merrill?
Jim Merrill?
Yeah.
You know him?
Not real well. I know who he is. Hey, Mike, I'm glad you're here. Would you mind raising this car? I just don't like to typically raise them up.
It's like when you wanted me to get that car down off the rack. And
Oh yeah.
I said, no.
We were just going to raise the car, and we were going to go down to the interior and then back to the four posts so they could see more underneath. Do you mind just for a second? I'm going to say goodbye to those guys just loaded up. I'll be
Okay.
back in about 2 or 3 minutes, okay?
Great, thank you.
Sure, thank you.
What a lift. Going down in battery now. Going down in battery. Do you have enough? 39?
So impressed how clean your shop is.
Jeez, yeah.
Yeah, that is pretty impressive.
I mean, it's immaculate. Jeez.
We try to keep it as clean as possible.
So difficult.
The fab shop is pretty dirty, right? And unfortunately, it's kind of a function of what we do in the fab
Yeah.
shop. But I appreciate that. Thank you. We certainly try to keep it very nice, very clean.
And, it's a sign of a good shop. Cleanliness next to godliness.
Thank you. Yeah, we try to keep it that way. It's just easier to work that way. It helps when we work on brand new vehicles.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
don't have to deal with the rust of the car.
Wow, yeah.
So, he was saying, Mike, that you guys moved this back 4 inches, or is it the cradle? Is that?
We
was it
moved
this
the
piece?
powertrain back in the vehicle to get the weight bias.
What, is this piece here different from the stock Camaro piece?
So that's a production V8 cradle that we modified. So we've added this extruded piece here. So this is an extrusion that we've machined to to this, and then we add that on, and that's where the mounting scheme comes for the engine. We've also put crush sleeves in the front here, so we can have tie downs brackets for you guys.
This is where this look. This is gonna be a lot
Oh,
easier. to tie
yeah,
down instead of
yeah,
trying
no
to get
kidding.
around the control arm or somewhere else. Here,
In the rear, we suggest axle straps.
axle strap.
Yeah, you go over. You just want to make sure you stay outside the brake line here,
Right.
but you'll go over here.
Okay.
And you can come straight back. A lot of guys crisscross in the front and go straight in the rear. I've tied these down different ways. It's more a function of your trailer and where the tie downs, the D-rings are. Yeah.
Right.
I usually cross them, but in this, I do it. I think cross the front, like you said, and do straight in the back. That would work. I think that.
Yep, and it's all like, you know, the length of the vehicle and where it is in the vehicle.
Correct,
The
yeah.
trailer, so.